That's enough of that.
Muspelheim. This won't be good. Ogre and Troll at the same time. Sure. That's stop. I think it's over.
Aye. But where are we?
Look! We're back in Midgard. There's the bridge. We did it. The tower's back where it belongs.
Now Tyr's travel room can take us to Jotunheim.
How did Tyr do this?
Odin suspected the giants secretly possessed some remnant of primordial Jotnar creative essence, the stuff all realms were made of. The Unity Stone must have been fashioned from that essence. To trust an outsider with it, even Tyr, tells you just how desperate they were.
We've seen these runes before, but it's the kind I still can't read.
You take a wrong turn, brother. Realm travel room's back up top.
We might have last minute stuff we want to do before we leave. Who knows how long we'll be gone.
Fair enough.
Okay, obviously the marriage to Odin didn't last. But how did Frey end up a hermit in the woods?
Oh, that was a singular piece of cruelty, even for Odin. As if the marriage wasn't punishment enough. Freya was better to him than he deserved. She stuck it out through all manner of indignity, all in the name of maintaining peace and safety for her people. But Odin's madness, his tyranny, his corruption of her magics, it became more than she could stomach, and at long last he broke it off. Odin's wrath was fierce, and his curses upon her were more than she dared to fear.
But her magic was so much stronger than him.
After so much time together, he knew her vulnerabilities and exploited them to craft curses she could never break.
Oh. Like not being able to leave Midgard.
Worse still, he robbed her of her warrior spirit. Freya cannot fight, even to defend herself. No living thing may she harm by blade nor spell. In a world this belligerent, what choice does she have but isolation?
Poor Freya. I guess if I was her, I'd spit in your face too.
Aye, lad. So would I.
We're not getting in there without a key. Mimir, why did you say Tyr felt responsible for what Odin did to the Giants?
There was an incident shortly after the forging of Mjolnir, when Tyr arranged a diplomatic meeting between Odin and the Giant Kings. Well, this was when the Long War was young, when victory was still a thing dreamed of, and the Jotnar might have tipped the balance between Aesir and Vanir. Odin had persuaded Tyr that the hammer was merely a deterrent, a means to broker peace from a position of strength. Tyr was hopeful to convince all parties they would prosper best through peace. He knew the Giants were deeply concerned about the hammer, a super weapon in hands they did not trust. But they trusted Tyr. Tyr always believed the best in people, and taking Odin at his word in his desire for peace, he brought the Raven King to Jotunheim. From there, things unraveled quickly. The Giants anticipated Odin's trickery and exposed his true agenda to spy and steal their secret wisdom. With magics, they expelled Odin from their realm and cursed him never to return. Frustrated, Odin visited his fury upon the giants of Midgard. Thor unleashed Mjolnir's might upon any giant he could find. None could stand against the tide of slaughter that followed. And at last, it seems, with Tyr's aid, they retreated. The tower disappeared, no giants could be found in Midgard, and no man nor god has set foot in Jotunheim since.
Boy.
Yes, sir. Another map. Great.
She said she's the people's hero. Kind of sounds like me in the community. You guys know it's right. And after tonight, Rhea will realize she needs a superhero. Whether she likes it or not, she raised her arm. Ah! Superhero! And walks away. Close the gate.
Amir, why did you work for Odin if you're so horrible?
It's my career! And if you mean to make your career as a counsellor to kings, you can't very...
So they likely are never going to be graduates of high school, so tonight is about celebrating not just in institution, but in the future. Abel said his list of achievements is too long. He said it's...
They will rule out petty maniacs. Available positions are scarce enough. I can just tell you the story later. Where were we then? Oh yes, my first job. My first master was a cruel piece of work as well, but I learned through him the enduring power of wit, which served me well with kings and gods alike. I couldn't have been much older than you when it started. A fairy king's errand boy and unofficial jester. By night, my mates and I had the run of the forest. Good fellows, they called us. Knavish spikes to the last. We'd get up to all manner of mischief, making fools of the local mortals. But as long as our lord was kept amused, we were spared the consequences. Oh. Then one day he was not amused, and I saw fit to move on. Thankfully, the ages and roads travelled since then have turned me from that merry wanderer into the paragon of virtue you see before you today.
Getting a letter here and there. But we need the rest of the language disc. Almost. If we could just find the other pieces of the language disc.
I've said it for months now. Randy and Admiral, they need to be each other's form, not us. That's it. And I'm winning the tag team titles back. It would be waste. There's no division. Just do it on Otis and Gable. Give me Randy Orton versus Admiral Russell. Whatever last we get out of this next week's mental aptitude test. That's what it is. Hopefully they fail. That's then Randy Orton turns on back.
Amir, how'd you come to be in these lands?
Lad, there comes a time in every man's life when he changes his name and heads north to make a new start. If you live long enough to do this many times over, you might end up as far north as this place. By the time I arrived, I already knew Odin by his reputation, And so I set to demonstrate my worth by coming to him with something I knew he'd value. A mystic well of knowledge. Or rather, I should say, a well of water laced with enough mystic mushrooms to make a god see visions. Oh, he was rightly impressed. I can't say for sure what he saw that led him to try gouging out his own eyes, but I managed to restrain him before he finished the job. Then I persuaded him it has been his sacrifice made for an even higher form of sight to be bestowed. Blah, de blah, de blah, de blah. I used to think he never caught on. But the day he took my eye, I realised he had never been fooled. Or I can just tell you the story later.
I do not know.
Aren't you curious? He sounds interesting.
We go to the storeroom to collect anything useful for our journey, not to learn more about the dwarf.
Fafnir was a rather interesting fellow, little brother. Perhaps I'll tell you a story one day.
Just make sure you watch each other's backs in the storeroom. Don't want to lose my loyal customers.
I didn't think we'd see you out here since you and Brock got back together. Everything okay?
Oh, better than ever. You know, I really think we've both grown in our years apart.
So how come you're back here?
Just catching some fresh air. Look, I love my brother, but he still smells like a fetid dung pile.
Hey, Sindri, have you met Mimir?
If you mean the severed head that keeps blinking at me, please, keep it away. There is no possible way that's hygienic.
Oh, that's nice. Lovely to see you too, Sindri. Knob.
Nothing to your liking, I see?
I've never seen a super athletic specimen like Omas. I'm supposed to believe he's super athletic, right? Reggie said he all of the last week like he's super athletic. I'd rather run myself into a wall than this fucking joke. You said he's the most capable person. Just stay away. That's the fucking strategy. Just stay away.
Oh, yes, sir.
Pop up in the distance, looking at this siege, eating pop. I would love to know who became that from that office was from. I didn't let him. Where's my income? Nice. Freshly popped. Come on, Sir Reggie. Wish this show was 30 seconds. Hey, show this guy. So Omas is in the ring, he let out a big roar.
Reavers.
Uh-oh. They must have gotten here first.
We got Omas and David Ruiz now doing rules. Monday night. So as Howard ran out, immediately he was talking about Omas. He also called Archer to the side. Swing right up to him. But he was intimidated. Reggie leapt off the top rope. Omas fought him, lifted him, choke slammed him to the mat like the great Khali. He put his foot on Reggie's chest. 1, 2, 3, 30 seconds. And then I don't know, man. I am so terrified that I'm going to wrestling main events here. We'll be winning championship WrestleMania. We'll be the World Rumble Elimination Champion. I just have this weird fucking. I don't know.
Not ready.
I want to say it's not gonna happen, but it's going to do. Make sure you guys follow us on social media. I appreciate you guys regardless. Tonight's show is sponsored by
Find another entrance.
Manscaped.com. You guys can use those scripts when you check out. Just 20% off and that free shipping in. Roses are red. Violets are blue. Have you seen your mind? But not love. That special game, man. This V-Day is time to join the full league worldwide. Manscaped. The leaders in below the face point. With our exclusive offer, go to manscaped.com, use code SCRIPT20 and check out 20% off and free shipping, man. The #1 product in this have big Valentine's Day. Manscaped created their products for a night just like this, and they will make your Valentine's Day date